step down. Obviously, the Harvard Corporation did not have the courage to fire its first Black president, someone who should never have been elevated in the first place. Given the fact that they did not fire her, the right thing for her to do is to step down. And I hope that the pressure doesn't relent until she does that, because she's harming academia, she's harming Black people, she's harming everyone who had to work and earn their way in academia. And it doesn't matter whether or not you are a professor or you're a journalist or any field where you had to get a college degree. It was expected that you would write your papers and that you wouldn't engage in plagiarism. My blood pressure is rising today because of Harvard University's decision that what she did doesn't constitute plagiarism, and it doesn't rise to the level of her removal. My message to Harvard University is you don't get to redefine what is plagiarism. Most of us know what plagiarism is, everyone who is educated, and what they have done is very demeaning to every person, not just racial and ethnic minorities, but anyone who's worked hard in school, who's written papers, who's tried to follow the guidelines. It is an insult to our intelligence what Harvard University has done. There seems to be a pattern here, and she's not being held to the same standards as everyone else. And so I find it very troubling, and I believe that it has to be addressed. If Harvard University thinks that it would be bad optics to release or fire their first Black president, the optics are much worse for them standing by her trying to redefine plagiarism. It is ridiculous, it's absurd, they've hurt their brand, and they really do need to rethink their role as a university. Are they going to be a university? Do they really think that the Ivy League is superior to other institutions? Because right now they are busily destroying American education. If I could speak to Dr. Gay, I would just tell her to step down and resign. And I can also tell you that I have wished her no ill will. I was willing to investigate. And in the case of my own research, there are two things going on here. One is she didn't properly cite me in her dissertation, but her whole career seems to have come out of my book, Black Faces, Black Interests, the Representation of African Americans in Congress, prize-winning book. And so her articles, she doesn't cite me in the literature review. I'm listed in the bibliography. When you build on a work that was considered path-breaking, you at least spend a paragraph or a few sentences addressing the work to refute it or to affirm it. I would argue that her work that got her tenure was derivative of my work, and that I was denied citations that I should have gotten because she was not listing me, really the contribution that I made to her work, that I made to the field. The adversity of diversity. She's getting a free pass because she was a product of the DEI industry. She's, as far as I'm concerned, she can be that poster child. And because the industry is so powerful, they have decided that they would rather lower standards for everyone rather than to hold her, who attended the most, elite schools in America, to the same standard that average Americans are held to.